Chrome grilles fill the frame, white-wall tires pass neon signs, factory floors glow under hard lamps. These American classics look familiar at first glance. Their hidden stories do not. Tonight we follow clues inside engine bays, glove boxes, race rule books, and design studios. Behind the badges, Detroit left a trail of surprising details. The first Corvette did not arrive with a burbling V8. In 1953, Chevrolet launched its new sports car with the Blue Flame inline six. A two-speed automatic sat beside it. Under the hood, polished parts looked sporty, but the hardware was still closer to a dressed-up cruiser. Only 300 cars were built, all in polo white with red interiors. The shape promised a new American road car. The mechanical package was far less aggressive than the badge would later suggest. The Buick Riviera did not start as a Buick idea. Inside General Motors' design, the sharp hardtop shape was first proposed for Cadillac. Cadillac management thought the car looked too lean and too sporty for its image. Buick took the project instead. The long hood, crisp roofline, and knife-edge body sides survived the transfer. When the Riviera reached showrooms for 1963, it looked expensive, restrained, and unusually clean. One of Detroit's best personal luxury coupes was born because another division said no. The 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado looked long, wide, and muscular. Under that broad hood sat a big V8, yet the front wheels did the pulling. American buyers had not seen a major front-wheel drive car from Detroit since the Cord era ended before the war. Oldsmobile engineers solved the packaging problem with a massive high-vo chain and a special transaxle. The flat floor and dramatic front proportions made the layout even more surprising. This was not a small economy experiment. It was a full-size personal luxury coupe with an unusual drivetrain hidden underneath. The Tucker 48 still looks futuristic from the front. In the nose sits a third center headlamp, often called the Cyclops Eye. It turned with the steering to light the road into a bend. Inside, the dashboard used padding when many rivals still offered hard metal surfaces. The windshield was designed to pop out in a crash rather than trap occupants behind broken glass. The body shape, rear engine layout, and aircraft-style thinking all pushed the car away from convention. Only 51 cars were completed, but the safety ideas reached far beyond that tiny production run. The Chrysler Turbine Car sounded more like a small aircraft than a sedan. Open the hood, and the usual pistons and rocker covers were gone. In their place sat a turbine engine with a smooth high whine. Chrysler demonstrated that the car could run on several fuels, including gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and jet fuel. The bronze body and black vinyl roof gave the experiment real showroom style. 50 loan cars went out to American families for public testing. Most were later destroyed, which made the surviving examples feel even more improbable. Open the door of a 1965 Shelby GT350 and one thing is missing. There is no rear bench seat. In its place sat a simple shelf that made the cabin look more like a tool than a family car. Shelby wanted the Mustang Fastback to serve the Sports Car Club of America production classes. The deleted seat fit the stripped, competition-minded image. Outside, Wimbledon white paint and blue stripes made the message even clearer. This was not a comfort package, it was a street car shaped by a race paddock. The Boss 429 was not built because the Mustang needed more glamour. It was built because Ford needed a production home for a new race engine. The stock car rulebook demanded street versions. Ford sent semi-finished Mustangs to Carcraft for surgery. Workers reshaped the engine bay, altered suspension pieces, and moved hardware to make room for the giant V8, lift the hood, and the air cleaner and valve covers fill the frame. From the outside, the car can look almost ordinary. Under the skin, it is a homologation special with license plates. The Plymouth Superbird looks outrageous even today. Its pointed nose stretches far ahead of the front wheels. Its rear wing rises above the quarter panels like a billboard. The shape was built for speed on long oval tracks, but the tall wing had a practical benefit as well. It sat high enough for the trunk lid to open underneath it. Plymouth also needed a true aero weapon to compete at the front, and Richard Petty returned to the brand for 1970. On the street, the car looked absurd. On the banking, it was deadly serious. The 1970 Buick GSX wore bright paint, hood scoops, and bold stripes. Yet its most impressive number sat on the spec sheet. Buick rated the Stage 1 455 at 510 pound-feet of torque. That placed it among the strongest factory muscle cars of the period. The horsepower figure looked modest beside some rivals. The shove from a stop told a different story. Open the hood, and the large air cleaner and decals announce heavy-duty intent. Buick built a gentleman's muscle car that could hit with real force. The 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham turned its glove compartment into a luxury case. Buyers received a fitted vanity kit with small personal accessories inside the car. Outside, the roof wore brushed stainless steel. Inside, deep carpets, soft leather, and polished metal trim made the cabin feel like a private lounge. Air suspension tried to give the big sedan an almost floating ride. Every surface reflected jet-age optimism and expense. This Cadillac was not just transportation, it was a rolling penthouse wrapped in tail fins. A chrome badge can hide a rulebook story. A trunk lid can explain a racing wing. A missing rear seat can reveal a starting grid. That is the pleasure of American classics. Every vent, gauge, and body crease carries a reason. Look closer at the next show field or auction hall. Detroit's old metal still keeps remarkable secrets in plain sight.